Hey there, it's me, Lottie, and today what we're going to do is do a wrap-up of Women's History Month. Now, I know I'm a little late for doing this wrap-up for March, but I've been a little bit under the weather, and I'm feeling much better. My voice may not be 100%, but we're going to roll with it, okay? As long as we have a good cup of tea, anything is possible, right? So I wanted to share with you some of the things that I enjoyed through Women's History Month. I enjoyed quite a few things. This is a variety of offerings from audiobook to other kinds of media. So let's just jump right in. The first one I want to share with you is this book here. It's called Brave Black First, and this was done in collaboration with the Smithsonian Museum of African American History and Culture, and it's called a biography compilation of more than 50 African American women whose heroism and bravery rewrote the American story for the better. I think this would be perfect, for an adult, yes, but also for a teen or a YA or a young reader. And it is by Cheryl Willis Hudson, and the illustrations are by Erin K. Robinson. And the illustrations are just beautiful. I love them so much. So as you can see, you have a beautiful illustration, and then you have a brief bio of the person. And every page has a different amazing person, right? And then they even have in the back, they have this nice additional section of facts, notable things about them. I guess in order to keep each page to one page, they had to limit what they were saying. But it's really a great book. Oops. And like I said, the illustrations are lovely, and just has a nice 50 plus African American women who changed the world. Brave Black First. Now, the nice thing that I actually found this. I was listening to another booktuber's channel and learned about these. These are the postcards, Brave Black First. They are the postcards, and there's not, okay, and the other thing, okay, I love about this, first of all, yes, it includes all of the lovely pictures. It includes all of the lovely illustrations that are in the book that I just talked about as a postcard. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? I love these. Look at that. And it's just set up like a regular postcard. Like you could just bring some joy to someone's day by sending them this. So a beautiful set of postcards. I'm not going to go through all of them. Look at Nina Simone. I love these. They're gorgeous, okay? So they're beautiful, right? Look, you get 2 sets. You get 2 sets in the box, which for me is wonderful because I love cards and stationery, and I never want to mail it out to anybody else, right? So what I've been doing with these is using them for bookmarks in my books. And of course, just anything. I might even frame some of them. I don't know. I love them. But I have sent some to some of my friends, like a pen pal, just tucked it in their card or something, just so that they can have it. But I just feel so much better because they're 2 sets. So that's something to think about. This 100 postcard set And I got this, it's relatively inexpensive too for what it is. I think it's like $20. So it'd make a great gift. I love this. Speaking of awesome African-American women, one of them, of course, that was featured in that book is Harriet Tubman. And this book here is all about Harriet Tubman. It's called She Came to Slay by Erica Armstrong Dunbar. And this book, it is so beautifully illustrated. Let's see, does it talk about the illustrations that are in it? In the back of the book, it has a whole list of the photo illustrations and credits. And so, but all throughout this book, it is just has beautiful artwork and illustrations and historic documents about Harriet Tubman. But what I really like about this book is the way it is a fresh, I think a modern approach to telling her history. Like the chapters are called, like, you know, you have Minty's story, you have She Ain't Sorry, you have Boss Lady, and Call Me Mrs. Davis. So, you know, it's like up to date. Like, I think, again, teens might like this. It's a great reference book to have in your library if you have children, but it's good for adults too. We did a whole workshop around the legacy that is Harriet Tubman, and I'll do another video describing some of the things the ways that we explored her life for the whole month of March. So this book, though, She Came to Slay, was a great Women's History Month entry. The other two that I want to talk about were on audiobook, and I will put a little clip somewhere of the cover. And the first one is, I gotta look it up. The first one that I enjoyed on audiobook was Alicia Keys, More Myself. It's a memoir that she wrote. Alicia Keys is a 15-time Grammy winner, musician. She is someone who has come to the forefront, speaking of women's issues and really challenging the stereotypes and misogyny that is present in the music industry, especially as it relates to women's beauty and body image. And I really liked her memoir because it showed, well, she talked about her trajectory, her growth, her spiritual growth, her growth as a musician, her growth in relationships and understanding how to have healthy relationships, all the way from maybe a partner to being a parent to co-parenting with stepchildren. And it's narrated by Alicia Keys herself, so it includes some musical snippets, and her voice is just, okay. She has the most soothing voice, you know. It's just like she talks about hippiehood. It's just soothing. It's matter of fact, but down to earth, you know. And again, I really think this would be something that young women would get a lot out of reading, but also not so young women would also get something out of as well. I really enjoyed it, and I'm thinking about actually buying the hard copy because I wouldn't mind reading it again, and I just really thought it was worthwhile. I really enjoyed that book. And the last entry for our Women's History Month Roundup is another memoir. I really like memoirs. I really do. Especially, it seems like in the music industry or other artist type industries. The last book that I enjoyed for Women's History Month was another memoir, and it was on audiobook, so I'll put the thumbnail somewhere. And that was Things I Should Have Told My Daughter, Lies, Lessons, and Love Affairs by Cleage. And it was also narrated by the author, by Cleage. And these were basically her journal entries for a specific time in her life, starting around the late 60s, on into the 80s, maybe the 70s to the 80s. And she's really talking about her involvement in different political work. She starts out, she was born in Detroit, but she moved to Atlanta. And this is her documentation of some of her work in Atlanta, in different political campaigns, in civil rights work, in her writing. She's a playwright, she's a poet. So, but it's also her day-to-day, just everyday life as a woman, trying to find freedom, what she defines freedom to be. She's married at one point, she's divorced, she's navigating being a parent, she's navigating dating, who she's dating and why, and just how to get the most out of her writing. You know, she really speaks to her yearning to write and her, you know, the challenges of like writer's block and things like that. And she doesn't hold back. I mean, I appreciated it so much because sometimes I read memoirs and I just feel like they're trying to be too perfect or too tied with a bow, like, you know, and everything turned out great and I'm great. My life has been great. My parents were great. And as a result, life is great. But that is just not how my life has gone. I don't think that's how a lot of people's lives go. I mean, I'm not questioning whether or not that's how their life was, but I'm just saying, I like the fact that she talks about being stressed out. She talks about making decisions that may be good, may not have been viewed as so good. She talks about her habits and her vices and her relationships. And, you know, hey, she just talks like, you know, this is what happened and there you go. And it's dedicated to her daughter. You know, and I have this stack of journals. You know, I am a prolific journaler. And I often think, well, you know, what am I going to do with these? Am I just going to leave them for, you know, whomever to find them in the event of my demise, which will happen at some point in time? Or do I want to take charge of that aspect of putting myself out there in some way, you know, or do I want to destroy them? So, you know, I just really appreciated the bravery and the vulnerability to, you know, like I said, bring yourself to the party. Okay. So anyway, that was my little Women's History Month roundup. Of course, there's so many delicious books and resources and material out there to enjoy. But I felt good. I felt good about what I did take in this month because it was with some intentionality, and I think I am better for it. I think I was enriched by the selections that I took in, and I got to spend some really good quality time on Zoom, but still in connection with other women, talking about Harriet, being Harriet, or as we learned the verb, we were Harrieting, you know. So I hope that you enjoy content like this, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And by the way, Earthseed Detroit does have a little bookshop on bookshop.org. I will leave the links below because all the books that I spoke about are linked there if you'd like to purchase them. And if so, it helps me out. I get a little bit of a, what do you call it? compensation. It does help me out if you purchase from the bookshop so that I can continue to bring you content like this. So again, those will be linked below. Oh, I didn't say anything about my, okay. I know y'all are like, hold up, where are you? Maybe you're not like that. But I am in the cozy condition, okay? This is the Earthseed Detroit cozy condition. So this is where I'll be doing a lot of my shelf life videos. I have got some new friends, new couch, and just a new setup that is so cozy and comfortable. And I just absolutely love it. So here we are at Earthseed Detroit in the cozy condition. So I'm a Harriet on up out of here. I hope that you are well. I hope that you are taking good care of yourself. And I will see you in the next video. All right. Peace.